Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be showing you how to make this dress. So the first thing I'll be needing is plain material that I'll use to turn the neck. Then the material I'm making use of is 2 yards. You can make use of more than 2 yards depending on the body size, and then the fringes. So the first thing I'm going to do is to fold it once, then I'll fold it the second time, making it second folding and 4 layers. So I'll go ahead and mark the starting point. This line will serve us as the starting line and also the shoulder line. So after that, I'll go ahead and make the line visible. So the next thing we'll be marking is the full length of the gown. So you're going to mark the full length plus 1 inch for folding allowance. So after that, the next thing I'll be inserting is the chest line, which is 9 inches. Then the waistline, which is 16 inches. The hip line I'm working with is 24 inches. Of course, we have the full length, so I'll go ahead and connect the dots. So I've done that already. So the next thing we'll be marking is the shoulder. Across shoulder, divide by 2. Then from there I will mark the sleeve length. So I'll be making use of the whole material for the remaining material for the sleeve length. So on the waist, I'll be marking the waist measurement, divide by 4 plus 4 inches allowance. So I'll be using 3 inches will serve as the ease, that is the freedom of the clothes because it's bubu. Then 1 inch for the allowance. So on the hip line, I divide my hip divide by 4 plus 4 inches allowance also. So whatever I have on the hip line, I'm going to insert that on the full length line. So I'll go ahead and connect the dots. So on the chest line, I will be inserting the bust measurement divide by 4 plus 4 inches allowance, and I will go ahead and connect it to the waist. So this is what we have. I'll be making the armhole curve here, sorry, the sleeve curve, but I'll be coming down by 1 inch, which is 10 inches. You can make yours more than 10, You can make use of 11, 12 depending on how free you want your sleeve to be. So here I'm making use of 10 inches. That is from shoulder to 10 inches. So on the shoulder line, I'll be coming down by 1 inch for shoulder slope. So I'll be inserting the neck. Remember, I'm cutting the front and back together, so I'll insert the back neckline for now. So I'm making use of 3 inches by 1.5. That is, the wideness is 3 inches while the depth is 1.5. So I'll go ahead and connect the shoulder slant to the neck width. I'll go ahead and cut it out. That is all for the back and front for now. So remember, this is the line that we are making use of. This one. So after cutting it, the next thing I'm going to do is to separate the front pattern from the back. I'll separate it. So I'll be working with the front pattern. So this is the front pattern. I'll be working with the front pattern. So for the front neck, I'll be coming down by 8 inches. That is from the chest. The chest that I'm working with is 9 inches, so I will go up by 1. So I will connect it to the neck width. From shoulder, I went down by 8 inches. So after that, I went ahead and cut it out. So that is it for the front. This is how it's looking like. It's a V neck. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll go ahead and bias the back. So I've already done that here. This is how it's looking like after biasing. So for the front pattern, I'll be making use of that plain material, which is 4 inches width, while the length is about 30 inches. So I went ahead and measured the V neck is 18 inches, but I cut 30 inches. You can trim out the excess when you must have finished turning your neck. So I went in and fold it this way. Remember, I added my hairstay to enable it to be strong, somehow thick. So this is how I'm placing it. The center line meeting the center V. So I'll go ahead and mark it. Just watch carefully, you understand what I'm explaining. I went ahead and mark a V. It's not visible here, so I'll make it more visible. This is the V. So I went ahead and sewed on that V. After that, I turn it out. So this is how it's looking like. So the next thing is to attach it to the dress. I'm attaching on the wrong side. So after attaching it on the wrong side, I will flip it over to the right side. You can go ahead and iron it down here. So after flipping it over, I went ahead to pin it down. You can secure it with ironing. So after pinning it down, I'll go ahead and trim the excess. We will not be needing this part anymore. Then I went ahead to top stitch. So this is it after top stitching. After top stitching, I ironed it down. So the next thing I'll be doing is to join the shoulders, that is the front and back shoulders. I'll go ahead and join the shoulders with 1/4 inch. So I've done doing that. So I'll go ahead and mark from shoulder. I'll mark 17 inches. This is 17 inches. So on this side of the dress, I will mark 17 inches also. So I'll go ahead and stitch from the sleeve to that 17 inches. So here is the pocket that I'll be using. The wideness is 13, while the width is 9 inches. You can make yours more bolder, as in bigger. So the next thing I'll be doing is I'll go to the machine and sew on this line that I'm marking. From this side of opening, you sew up to 1 inch. Then from there you measure 7 inches. That will serve as the pocket opening. So I'll go ahead and sew from here now to the end of the material. This is what I'll be sewing. So after that, I've done sewing the 17 inches from shoulder to from the sleeve to 17 inches. So from there I will measure 7 inches for the opening of the pocket. So I'll go ahead and sew from that 7 inches that I mark to down of the material. Sorry, I went ahead to fold the sleeve also. So this is the opening. So I'll be matching the 7 inches to the 7 inches opening. On this the longer part of the pockets will be at the down part. So I'll go ahead and mash it up with the pockets. I will use the one side to sew the one side of the pocket, then the other side. Make sure that the openings are matching each other. So I'll go ahead and sew and come back with the allowance that I added on the material, remember. So I've done stitching it down. This is how it's looking like. So this is the pocket from the right side. You can go ahead to top stitch the tip of the pocket. You can go ahead and top stitch here. You can go ahead and top stitch it if you like, if you choose to top stitch. So the next thing I'll be doing is to fold the down part of the material with the allowance that I added. After folding it, then I will show you. So this is the material after folding. The next thing is to add your fringes. You can top stitch on the right side. You can top stitch, sorry, you can sew on the right side or you can sew on the wrong side depending on how you want yours. I sewed mine from inside.